And I'm still here. Those assholes haven't chased me off yet. Yeah. Candy and her lies last night. That's slander, you know that, Candy? That's slander, saying that I called you something that I didn't call you. Show the proof. Show the proof. Show the proof. It's all in your head, you done bitch. Yeah, you're bitch. Okay. I got a thumbs up, but nobody watching. Hey, that's real good. Hey, somebody's watching now. But yeah, I was in that chat room. I was in the chat room making perfectly decent comments, suitable for children comments, and it got deleted just because people hate me. Candy hates me. Yes, she does. She's a friend of Janet Langard's, and Janet Langard had me drive down there to Corpus Christi to visit her, and then you find out, yeah, a lot of things about her that you don't want to deal with. And so her friends, K-Pro's friends, Toby's friends mainly, they all have one big cabal, and if they don't want you participating in the chase, they'll do their stuff. But you can't take down my video, you bitches. So Forrest Fenn, there's only 4 watchers. Let's get about 10, and then I'll tell you what the hey Twiggy T. And when you see these, I see people that come to my room and you know, chat with me, and I'm, you know, we're all friendly with each other, and then they're over in that chat room, and they see this stuff and her lies going on, and they say nothing at all. Don't stand up for me one bit. I know who they are. I know who they are. Like Davio. Davio is one of them. You know, peace, love, everything. But when they call me names and insult me, and I turn it back around on them and throw them to double blazes back their way, then I'm the asshole. When they started it, each one of them, Shelley, when I said the gypsies lack imagination, oh, Bill Gorman personally insulted me. Protect me, moderators, protect me. And I didn't personally insult you. I said the gypsies lack imagination. I did not say the magical treasure dumpling. Hey, Jim. How you doing, Jim? And they were attacking Jack. He was on there. They attacked Jack, my buddy Jack. You know? And what it is a bunch of millennials that don't respect people in their 50s and 60s, and they think they know everything, and they don't know everything. They know very little. So when it gets to 10, we're at 8. When it gets to 10, I'll tell you about Forrest Fenn and his thumb over Philadelphia, blocking out Philadelphia with his thumb, you know? And what that's about. You know? That is a difficult position. That is a very difficult position. Because your thumb won't go straight with your chin unless you really contort and break your wrist is the only way to do that. So, there we're at 10. So, the reason Forrest Fenn said he put his thumb out and blocked out Philadelphia is because Benjamin Franklin from Philadelphia. This is known as the thumb portrait painted by David Martin. And how could that be? Well, one thing, David, you're looking for David Brown for the home of Brown. And Ben Genius, he says, find a substitute. What's a substitute for George Washington? And that's why he said he wouldn't say Franklin was on he said Washington was on and whatever, but it was Franklin. Benjamin Franklin is the substitute for George Washington and for the thumb over Philadelphia. He lived in Philadelphia, right? And also, Benjamin Franklin, in Poor Richard's Almanac, Benjamin Franklin said, 3 may keep a secret as long as 2 of them are dead. And that's when I told Forrest Fenn, are you threatening me? Are you threatening me? I in no way said it in any kind of threatening manner. But that's his cue that you know my secret. You know my secret. You're a threat. Only someone who knows his secret is a threat. And my haters cannot admit that. They can't admit that I said, hey, and you're going to see Toby and them other people, Benjamin Franklin with his thumb on his chin. You know, his hands like this. But you have to pull your elbow way out there to get your thumb straight on your chin. Try it. Try that pose. Yeah. And you know what else? Something else about this? There's Benjamin Franklin. Who's that up there? Who's this? Is this Plato, maybe? It's either Plato or Caesar or something. I don't. Who's the statue? But back here, in this portrait, back here, it's Sir Isaac Newton. So Newton, knowledge. Here's a tree of 3 marbles. Let me see if I can find out what's that. It's either Plato or Caesar, I think. I'm still waiting on a phone. UE. You hear him? There's a couple of females in heat half a mile away, and he's. I mean, at night he's shaking because I'm horny. It's a horn dog, Jack. You're a horn dog. And he just got off his leash this morning, and I knew exactly where he went, and I went over there, and because he dragged his leash over there. It came untied from a rope I had him on. Yeah, J.A. J.A., look at this. When Forrest put his thumb over Philadelphia, it's because of Benjamin Franklin. And I'm trying to look up, is this Plato or Socrates or Caesar or what? And back here, I know they said that's Isaac Newton back here. And the thumb on this is supposed to represent deep thought. Deep thought. Think deep. Think deep. Where warm waters halt. Think deep thoughts. Deep down. 1,000 feet. The shadow knows. Yeah, look in the shadows. You seen my shadow one, huh, J.A.? I can show you everybody that. Just did a Giphy on the blaze. Is it going to go full screen? No, it didn't. Okay. So right here, I'm going to turn this around. Thought I'd turn it around. I hit the button. Okay, so there's April. That's where the blaze is, and there it is, December 21st, the anniversary of when he. See, and so in the summer, the blaze is hidden in the shadow, like that. So by April, it's already in the shadow. The blaze only comes out on the anniversary of Forrest being shot down over Laos. That crazy dog. You're a crazy dog, Jack. So this is what, it's going to look similar to April now. This is why it's worth the cold, because you're only going to see the blaze at winter solstice. Winter solstice is when the blaze comes out. And you see the other figure, and you see he's sitting there in the dark with his face right there. And there's this woman sitting here, and her arm coming out. And it looks like there's somebody, a small kid in between. And I see this stuff, and I'm thinking me in the middle stuff. And so... Dirty good call. Yeah. It's only you can only see the blaze at winter solstice. So in the summer, it's like that in the shadows. You can't. And you see it at sunset. Sunset, winter solstice is when Moses comes out in the light. So I said, bring a flashlight so you can cast shadows and stuff. And that's what the sun is doing, casting shadows. Now, in the daytime in winter, that crack is lit up because the sun is in, but in the summer, the sun is too far north to get in there. Change for $117 a square inch. Yeah. So there's two big things, I've already found the blaze. It's been found. That's what it is. Moses is the blaze. The whole poem is about Moses. Where warm waters halt, parting the seas. Moses was the meekest man on earth. Moses was brave. So, and Moses, meek Moses is halfway up 1,000-foot karst, which represents where his plane crashed and exploded halfway up the mountain. He makes some funny sounds doing that. And that's his hormones. He's going, I need to get laid. There's girls half a mile away, and I want them, is what he's saying. My hormones aren't like that. Of course, everybody, you know what would make Candy's show a lot better? If she got naked and showed her titties, that might make it a little more interesting. Show us your tits, Candy. Yeah. Sometimes you can just picture her there with her titties hanging out, You're watching her, you go, she's got a little cleavage and her bra strap hanging out and all that. You just peel that off and imagine her sitting there with her titties hanging out. I didn't call her a name. I just talked about her body. Yeah, I seen them getting on you, Twiggy, the other day. I think it was on, was that on Dave's channel? He was on there, and I got on, I went to Zoom, and I put, and it says, waiting to be, Please wait. You'll be let in soon. No, never let. I was on there over an hour waiting to get let in. Never let in there. You know, I wanted to talk to JA on there and stuff. And I knew about Benjamin Franklin stuff at that time. I made a meme with this picture last it was the last summer or so. I made the meme with that after Forrest Fenn and his finger, because I used that picture for my 3 may keep a secret if 2 of them are dead. And everybody seen that. Nobody realized that thumb underneath the chin, the thumb under the chin. And the fingers were, the other fingers were kind of, you know, it was kind of the thumb under the chin, and it was the hand of God sign. The hand was in the thumb place. So, you know, but the thumb on the chin is representing deep thought and thinking deep. Yeah, she did that one time. She did tell Dave, hey, let Bill, and I think Dave will let me in. I thought, you know, I don't know who this Dave is. He, you know, because a lot of people go by Dave, and there's that Dave's not here guy who everything I posted on Lewicki's group, Dave's not here, would delete it, and so I don't care for the Dave's not here guy. If Dave Calvi isn't the Dave's not here guy, then I could get along with him, you know. Yeah, it's known as the thumb portrait, and it was painted by David Martin. And I'm trying to find out who the statue is. Bronze sculpture, nearly 20 years, a full-length bronze Thomas. That's Thomas Jefferson. That's supposed to be Jefferson. Okay. He looks like Plato. So now I maybe I'm just reading the link, not, you know, the little bit they tell you in the link. Oh, stop trying to sell me stuff or get me to subscribe to stuff, you internet. David Martin, 1757, oil on canvas. On panel, 50 by 40 inches. The portrait of Benjamin Franklin was commissioned by Robert Alexander of the firm of William Alexander and Sons, Edinburgh. The impressive beer-bonded document held by Franklin in the portrait is not a treaty or an act of parliament. Jack, quiet. He just wants to go get laid. And I'll know when those dogs aren't in heat anymore, when he stops this acting up. Yeah. My point is, Forrest Fenn, he says, find a substitute for George Washington's Ben Franklin. Ben Franklin's the one that said 3 may keep a secret if 2 of them are dead. Okay, but now back with about the painting. The impressive document held by Deeds. Oh, one of Alexander. Okay. The impressive beer-branded document held by Franklin in the portrait is a treaty or act of parliament. This is an act of parliament he's holding here. But one of Alexander's deeds. It's not a treaty or an act. It's a deed. He's holding a deed. Okay? And the deed, this is the title to the gold, is the deed. The title is the deed. And unless you have the deed, you don't have title to the gold. So, and the deed comes after Forrest passes away. A dirty deed done dirt cheap. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Now, so that tells a whole lot about it. Read into that. Yeah. Oh, it's a deed. One of Alexander's deeds. The other books and pamphlets suggest the learned evidence brought in support of a wise man's decision. So there he brings it. They bring in wise in support of a wise man's decision. So Forrest is wise. He fooled you all, make you think the treasure is out there, and you're really just if you find the blaze, you get the treasure. There is a treasure at the end of the hunt, but it comes in a deed. Only in your working with mud. Yeah. Forrest Mud. Yeah, Forrest Fenn. He's a muddy bog. But also, you look at this table, and where is it? Where's my book? Oh, that's not a book. That's a photo album. The book's down here. Everything slid down there. Let's see. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a picture and then I'm gonna put it up here. There it is. Okay. Now we go to this. There's Forrest Fenn with his hand to God. His thumb ain't on his chin. Bella's pointing at him. But his hand to God is saying, I had to hand it to her. But look at it. See, so what's important about the Benjamin Franklin, some of the stuff important about it is what's on the table. What's on the table, And what's Forrest Fenn got on the table? His treasure, it ain't on here, but basically he's put that on the table. And the winner of the contest, the other Indiana Jones like him, yeah. I gave it a try with oils. Where's Fenn? This is superstition. His superstitions, I haven't figured everything out about him. But I figured that out about him. Those, that's Benjamin Franklin and the deeds and the mountains. The superstition mountains. Oh, yeah. The Arizona doesn't come into my solve anywhere. And those here all wanted, let's eliminate Colorado. Let's eliminate Colorado. All of them people that want to eliminate Colorado when it's found in Colorado, they'll be wiping their ass like a Muslim. That's with their hand and no paper. They won't have the paper to back them up. I'll have the paper to back me up. They won't. Heck with it. Ooh, it's Saturday. there's just a lot of stuff people don't realize. Landing is nothing more than a controlled crash. Yeah. Okay, J.A. So you've jumped out of your airplane. Where does the sky end? Where does the sky end? You found Moses? My ass. I found Moses. I've got pictures of him. You got to put up. You can't find him after I already did. It's too late. Moses is halfway up the karst. Let me see. There's Moses. Get that old mouse thing away from him. That's Moses. Moses isn't. It's Moses in Colorado. Yeah, oil painting. Yeah, but look at how pretty Moses is there. You know. Let's get the hand grabber thing instead of the magnifier. I can drag it around. You see, he's standing on a mammoth, but that's Moses. Jack, shut up. That's Moses in his robe of purple and gold and his crown of silver. You see a little silver in his crown. He's got a beard. He's got his hands out, and you barely see his staff here. So this is the Moses that's pictures and there. This Moses was carved to look like that Moses. So you have to find the Moses that's the perfect likeness of the one that Leo Salazar carved. Success is an omnipotent guru, and Leo Salazar is the only one that Forrest called an omnipotent guru. So success is knowing where Moses received the Ten Commandments, where the model for brave Moses in the wood. Moses was brave and he's in the wood, okay? It's simple as that. Washington guru. Benjamin Franklin was guru too. So there's Moses. And Forrest said, well, here's Moses. And you see there's these two other, you see this face here looking at Moses. Both these people are looking at Moses. And there's another face right there. But this guy here, he's sitting here. That's Father on the banco. There's his knees. And Davio knows I can't get to this spot. This is you can rappel down here. You can get within 200 feet of it, but that's it. It's halfway up a cliff or halfway down the cliff, depending on which way you look at it. And that light only hits him where you can see him like that at winter solstice. You see other people here climbing on. This is a mammoth he's standing on. That's a mammoth. This is a mammoth head and the trunk coming down here. He's standing on that mammoth, parting the Rocky Mountains, showing the way to the Great Plains. J.A. thankful for exiting the cave. Yeah. Oh, what do I have on there? Oh, Benji. Yeah. Let me see if I can get more, brighten that up so we can see the Isaac Newton in the background a little better. Supposed to be Sir Isaac Newton and the portrait in the background. But I don't think I'm going to be able to brighten it up enough to see Newton. I've seen other things that shows the Newton better. Are there different versions of it? Because it says Newton's in the background here. And it kind of looks like some, I don't know, there's some hidden stuff in that graphics in the back. It's not just Newton. Maybe this Newton down here? I don't know. Brighten it up some more. Yeah, it's brighter. Distorted, but brighter. Now, where is Newton? I've seen other pictures of it that you could see Newton better than that. So there must be some... Hey, how you doing, Maria? I watched the cow video, and he said Forrest Fenn mentioned Ute Mountain and Sea Basin. Sea Basin. Sea Basin. I know where A Basin is. But it's just Moses is the blaze. The entire poem is somewhat about Moses. He's the meek and the brave and in the wood and alone in the desert, 40 years, whatever, 40 years, 40, I don't know. I've seen it say 40 years and 40 days. So I think Noah's flood was 40 days and 40 nights. I think Moses was 40 years in the desert, and that's why he had gray beard afterward, because he'd been out there for 40 years. He went alone in there, and with the Pharaoh's treasures, and his people melted that stuff into a golden Bessie the cow. So there's a lot of stuff that ties to Moses, and Moses, after he died, was given the title of prophet. He was the first prophet, I believe. He was the first prophet. He led the people out of a Forrest. Set the searchers free. I found Moses. Forrest knows it. He might have a date in mind that he's going to end it. We don't know. When he first started, he might have said that the person closest at this date gets it, and this date hasn't come up yet, or it's that date is when he passes away, and there's Benjamin Franklin holding the deed, the title. Benjamin Franklin holding the title right there. And so there, and there's the Buffalo Cowboy car too. Is that an alternate, or is this part of a trio of things? I know when I showed Forrest the Forrest Fenn's totem video, he said to me, "So you found it, but there's 40 of them, right?" And then that made me go, this ain't the only one. I got to keep looking for more of these. And I found more of them. I found Moses. I found Anubis. I found Thoth. I found his pile of airplanes. I found the double blazes in the fire hearth, Bessie's udder, and all that. The eagle up above the pile of airplanes. There's an eagle head up on the hill above them, about 500 feet up. And, 500 feet's halfway up 1,000 feet, right? Most of the year, during the summer, Moses is hidden in the shadow. He comes out at winter solstice. It's worth the cold. You won't find Moses unless you're there in the winter. That's worth the cold. I got a spot right there. These glasses. Gotta see better. I only need these for seeing things close and reading. I just wear regular sunglasses driving and stuff. No prescription. I'm supposed to have a new eye exam, and my doctor said they put in for it, but the VA says, well, we didn't receive anything from your doctor for an eye exam. And I have to have it once a year for my hydroxychloroquine prescription. That I've been taking that for 5 years. And people, oh, this stuff will kill you. No, I've been taking it 5 years. I'm not dead yet. Bring out your dead. Bring out your dead. You know, and the chase ends when they bring the cart past Forrest's place. They bring out your dead, and they bring him out. That's when the chase ends. That's when the deed and titles are granted. They're granted in wills and trusts and deeds. Benjamin Franklin and his thumb over Philadelphia. A rich Indian culture. An area rich in Indian culture. This is the San Luis Valley. It is mentioned in Plato's thing about Atlantis. This is the large rectangular valley surrounded by high mountains covered with crystals. That's this valley. That's why it's sacred to the Native Americans and the Hopis. And all men came out of the mountain here. The white man, the black man, and the brown man all came out of the mountain, out of this Blanca Peak here right behind me. This is where it's a sacred mountain. And I know I identified one pyramid, and I have several suspects of other pyramids, and they're like the towers in Lord of the Rings, and they get a fire going here, and then the next tower down lights up a fire, and they can send a signal pretty quickly, a lot faster than traveling that distance. They send a signal 70 miles, or 40, 50, 60, 70 miles with a fire on top of one of these pyramid peaks. And so they could relay a message, say, down to the Gulf of Mexico in no time. Because I know that the Rio Grande River was a trade route for them. And they came up in their canoes from the Rio Grande. And when they got to the mountains here, they had to unload everything off the canoes and all, and they put them on mammoths and carried all the people on the mammoth over the Continental Divide, a carry, not a tarry, on the mammoth, and put them in the San Juan River. Put them back in the water at the San Juan River. It's a put in, but it's also a takeout for people coming the other way. So people travel in both directions. So a put in is also a takeout. That's where when you get there, you'll realize it's where you started, because a put in's a takeout, depending on what way you're going. And I hate nasty people that call me names and stuff when I'm just trying to tell them Benjamin Franklin, you know, his thumb under his chin. But look at, I said, I was telling her, look up on Jenny Kyle's page. She has success is an omnipotent guru. I told that little candy bitch, I told her, look up Jenny Kyle's mysterious writings, success, quote, success is an omnipotent guru, quote, on Jenny Kyle's page. And she accused me of saying nasty things about Jenny Kyle. My God, I was just saying, look at her quote from Forrest Fenn about success as an omnipotent guru. And that's because Leo Salazar is the only one that Forrest called an omnipotent guru, and Leo Salazar carved Moses, brave Moses, in wood. And that wood didn't complain or cry or scream or anything when Leo took a knife to it. That's brave wood. And Moses is known as brave. There's a book about the brave prophet Moses. He was brave to go up against Pharaoh. People don't get it. It's the answers. It's the answers. And I got 11 viewers, and you got 50 people or 100 people watching total idiots. Tell them Bill Gorman said you're total idiots. That's K-Pro, Cow. Mike Cowling be okay if he didn't have that K-Pro tagging along with him, you know. I mean, these people are not. They accuse me of saying things about the magical treasure hole, and really, I'd never said anything bad about her until they blocked me and insulted me, accused me of things I didn't do, and then they got the double blazes. Anything I said insulting to them was after they already fucked me. Yeah, they got my shit on their dicks, and I think some of them do have one. I think Candy has one. Benjamin Franklin sure had one. He got around. He had lots of. He was a Casanova type, you know. Oh, I can't wait for them. It's a couple of Labradors that are in heat half a mile away, and all day long he's howling and barking, and because he's tied up and he can't go run over there and bother my neighbors. So they've got my email now. I told them my phone died a week ago yesterday, and I bought another phone, just like it, an LG G7, and waited for it to come in. It came in Thursday, and I took my SIM card from my old phone and my memory card and stuck it in that phone, and turned it on and all that, and it gave me a cell phone signal, but it wouldn't give me a data signal. And so I called Verizon with it, and they, that phone is whoever the person who owned that phone before you didn't pay their bill, and so there's an outstanding balance on that phone. We deactivated your account. You know? Oh, stop it, Jack. No. Jeez. See, he listens. He stopped when I told him to here. But a couple minutes he'll just be, oh, my hormones, I got to go over and see those girls. So so I got that phone. So then, they said, well, my only option is to put a complaint in with eBay and return the phone. So they give me a shipping label. And yesterday morning, I go to print the shipping label. I have the thing in a box ready to go back. I go to print the shipping label, and my full ink cartridge on my printer, since I haven't used it for a year or two, I think, it wouldn't print. It was just a little chicken scratch on a couple little black marks, but the label wasn't there. So I had to run into Walmart and buy a ink cartridge for $25. I get the XL, the XL's a bigger one, It's got like twice the stuff for it's $18 or it's 25, So for the 25, I should have two of them $18 ones in there worth. So and then I printed it up, and I got down to the post office with it at like 3:10, and went to open the door to the post office. It's locked and stuff. So the post office is closed on Friday at 3:00 in the afternoon. I went home and I looked on the internet. Yeah, they closed that post office at 3 p.m. I thought post offices closed at 4:30. So I thought they'd still come out and get it at 4:30, I checked the tracking. No, it hasn't been tracked. It hasn't shown up on tracking. And so I figure they'll get it out Saturday morning. It'll show up on tracking. And still hasn't shown up on tracking. Oh, there. Now it's in transit. Okay, they just got it. Yeah, 11:34 they scanned it this morning, but it was there since yesterday. So, because eBay said to put it in the mail by May 15th, right? Well, I did put it in the mail. The Postal Service said, oh, we ain't going to scan it till tomorrow. So that phone, hopefully, and I get my $150 back, because I spent $250 to buy a Galaxy S9 Plus, from another searcher, and I'm still waiting for the tracking on that. So I got to call my doctors, and I got to call I got phone calls to make, and I can't make any phone calls without a phone. I've got this tablet that I'm using for the internet. It's my and it's a good thing I bought this thing, because otherwise I wouldn't have any internet at all. I wouldn't have any communication at all. At least with this, I can chat online. I can stream and all that. It's got 4G LTE. That's the phone. You have an S9? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know much about it. Oh, I normally don't spend more than $200 on one. I spend $250 on this one. Yeah, because they'll put out a phone and $800, $900, and next year it's obsolete. They got something else. So I don't think they're worth they're worth a couple $100 is about it to me. Yeah. I had an S7. Where is it? I got an S7 here, and the glass is all cracked. It's an S7 Edge. And that's the other thing. I don't like the edge on them. These are my new sunglasses. Trying to keep them from getting scratched. You see? That's how I look cool. I had to have some that didn't have spots on them. I hang them on my speaker up there. I had to turn the sound, because if I turn the sound on, we get noise, and I can't see what you're writing without these. This one, Yeah, I'm wondering if when if I take my SIM card that I took out of that phone that they, the condemned phone that condemned my account because I bought something from somebody who lied to me, said that it was a Verizon phone and everything was good. And it turned out not to be. And so my account gets screwed because I bought it. Well, it's Verizon. It's like, well, you didn't buy it from us, so we're going to screw you. How's my tea doing? Yeah. It's chilling. I haven't to sip from it for a while. And I stopped by where Togo's in at the taxidermy. I made another payment with them, so I'm half paid. I've half paid on my $400 for getting Togo stuffed. He's where's the picture I had of them? There. Yeah. Oh, come on. No. There, this is where the taxidermist I took Togo to did this owl, snowy owl. It was a hit by a car, I guess, on one of the highways, and so it's for the Colorado Division of Wildlife. It'll be in one of their museums or one of their exhibits somewhere, or one of their offices, whatever. But that's the work that the people do that got Togo, that have Togo. And I'm putting Togo on a 35 million year old piece of petrified redwood. Yeah, now you got to hear Togo, Jack howl for getting laid. What do you mean, junk? Can you zoom on a phone? Yeah, you can zoom on a phone. That's what I zoom. Everything I do is on my phone. I zoomed with Sean Dodson, and I got in the house husband diary one time, but they wouldn't let me talk about any of my solution. All they wanted to talk about was Bill Gorman's an asshole. That's all they wanted to talk about. They wouldn't let me talk about solutions. Drunk house husband. Yeah, diaries. Take a burner. Yeah, I live off grid. So when it comes to phones, there's no choice. There's no choice. You only get to use my walkie-talkie. They don't cut it. I got to be able to call my doctor. They confirm my appointment. If I don't answer, they cancel my appointment. Things like that, And now everybody, even my neighbor came over because my phone wasn't ringing. Something's wrong with Bill. He's not answering his phone. Because I always answer my phone. Unless it's a telemarketer. And that would be anybody with a 541 area code. Yeah, Togo's a good bird. I gotta remember to take the mouse out that I caught last night. He's in the live trap. Probably sleeping, but there was plenty of food in there. He ain't gonna die. There was more cheese in there than the size of the mouse, so. Yeah, I miss Togo. But there are problems with having a parrot, especially if you live in an RV and travel. If you want to go into Mexico or go up to Canada, you have to have all kinds of United Nations permits for transporting your bird, for taking a parrot over the international borders. Washer pump. Yeah, I forget to bring things over there too. Washer motor. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've got one. I've seen where they run them double, but I'm gonna attach it up to my wind generator and make electricity. I have a new inverter generator that's wonderful, and it's full of gas, and I ain't run it the last couple nights. It's really, I'll run it if I want to watch the something on my TV, my 45-inch TV, or it's 42-inch TV I got in here. And I got a PlayStation. I haven't tested to see, because I know my PlayStation doesn't like the small inverter I have here, and so I have another inverter that it does like, and I've got it over here running my computer. So I either need another one of those inverters, because it likes the sine waves that come out of that particular inverter. Yeah. They're scared to death of them. Yeah. That's another thing when you're out there hiking on the trail searching. This hat might be okay for it, but I have a leather hat, and the leather hat, I can see it from here. I ain't gonna go get it. The leather hat, if you're attacked by a hawk or a bird and they come down and grab your head, and if you got a leather hat, they'll probably grab the hat off your head and not cut into tear your skin off and your scalp with it. I'll get my leather hat. Ooh, okay. Take that one off. That one on there. Yeah. That's my leather hat. But this is what you want to wear out there. And it's dusty, huh? But that way a bird come down, they got your hat and not your head, you know. And your backpack. I had a backpack on when I was attacked by a falcon and stuff. And so he comes, and they won't attack you from the front where you see them coming. They attack you from behind. They know where your eyes are, and they know you can't see them coming up from behind. So your backpack and a leather hat will somewhat protect you. You ain't gonna, unless your backpack covers up, your neck might not be protected. But when they get their talons and you grab your hat, it ain't so bad. And with a leather hat, they might have trouble puncturing it, but it'll save you from getting cut up. Yeah, it turned out I was going up Silver Creek Trail by Mount Yale. And there's some switchbacks, and right where the switchback, I took a break. I sat on a rock there in the switchback, because they got these little stone walls, for the switchback trail. Keep they're retaining walls, to keep the soil from the hill from covering the trail or whatever. So I sat there on that little wall. And they were screaming at me and stuff. But, I didn't, because they were straight up. I was sitting right underneath their freaking nest. And, one of them came down and attacked me. Took 3 swipes at me. And I tried to get a video. I had video, and all I got was a wing and feet and stuff. And so It was pretty neat getting attacked by a falcon. But I think everybody got the points I came on to talk about. The George Washington, or the Benjamin Franklin and his thumb over Philadelphia, is his portrait with his thumb under his chin. To deep thinking, think deep, warm waters halt, deep, the bottom, steamy, hot, steamy, muddy bottom is what Forrest says. His church is in the river bottoms. It's about the depth. How deep is a hole? He said, how deep is a hole? And people haven't put that together with how deep is a fire hole. How deep is hot water hole? How deep is a hot spring? As everybody knows, on the surface and all that is hot. Did you dip your toe in it? And how far did you dip your toe into it? Yeah, all the way to the bottom? Did you touch the hot, steamy, muddy bottom? And the world's deepest hot springs, Pagosa Hot Springs. Get my shopping list. I always make a shopping list and be sure and leave it at home when I go to the store. That. I'm going to have a little toast here. So, yeah, I'm waiting for that deed, the title to the treasure. Benjamin Franklin holding the deed. Does that mean it's more than the treasure? Because your deeds are for, real property, real estate property. So, maybe he did this all because maybe none of his family wants anything to do with all of his things and stuff. or is interested in his archaeology, Like, my family don't give a crap about my stuff. I recently had to block my sister and brother for disrespecting giving me shit when I told them that the VA's giving me oxygen. And my sister, you don't deserve any VA benefits. Ooh. Yeah? You don't care if I freaking die, huh, sis? Well, shit, man. Well, I don't give a shit about you no more now. People you care about don't. When you find out people that are your family think that little of you, it's time to dump them. At least if I get the treasure, I know not to share anything with them. People that treat me like shit ain't gonna. Recycle them for toilet paper, maybe. That's about it. Anybody that shit on me while in the search and insulted me and shit like them people do. It's a payback. It'll be no. You have nothing to offer me, but if I can take advantage of use them, without benefiting them, I will. but they, Candy's a damn liar. I never called her the C word, never ever. And she goes out and broadcasts on her thing with all these other and you notice the people that jump in. Oh yeah, I believe you, Candy. Even though she has no evidence of it, they believe her. Just like they believe that magical treasure slut. He's out there whining. I keep getting to my girls. I got a one of them things you screw in the ground, and it's got a thing you can anchor the dog to, and I'm gonna dig a hole and bury it with a chain coming up. and tie him on that. You hear him whining out there? Like he's like he's suffering. He can't control his hormones. He's on the runner thing, so he's not having any problem. It's just his hormones, and he wants to get off his rope and go get laid. And if I had some, maybe I should get a few fence posts. I can make him a dog run with all the wire I got here. I knew exactly where to go find him. Yeah, and she goes and talks about we don't disparage others. We don't attack others. They were attacking Jack. Every one of them was. She was attacking Jack, and everything, and attacking me, and I hadn't said anything derogatory or anything like that on their thing. Yeah. Well, I'm proof that nobody cares about me. I'm living proof. Then my neighbor comes over because Jack was over at the other neighbors. The other neighbors didn't know me. But when he got off his rope this morning, I knew exactly where he went. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna end the stream. Later.